Hello there. Dave, bit miserable. It's snowing. My feet are bloody wet and cold, and I'm cold. But the hell of it. So I didn't see me these past 3 weeks, but I've been bitty busy and doing my subs and my new subs. Bit sloppy, thank you. Now let's get on with the film. Let's end our favourite mate, Clint Eastwood, in the final of the Dirty Harry films. That being Dirty Harry, the Deadpool. Now, a lot of people don't like the Deadpool. A lot of people said the Deadpool was the weakest one, blah, 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 blah. But I've got to disagree. So this isn't a rant, isn't a review in a rant, isn't me swearing, because I like the Deadpool. I mean, I like it. I think the story was set for. It was unique. It wasn't as long as the other ones. It still had action. Clint Eastwood still does a good performance. Now, to say such an impact, the beginning does make me laugh because you get a bit of rapping, a bit of that fucking, and you're thinking, oh my god. Because mate, you look at Clint Eastwood, you look at the Dirty Harry films, you think of the 70s action films. People look at the history of action films or cop films from a certain era. You think of Dirty Harry, you think of the 70s. But this was like what? This was coming into the late 80s, 1988. You think it does. Do you think that's going to go with a Dirty Harry film? But it does go with it. It does like sudden impact, it goes with it. So you have that similar type of beat. That I'm killing the music, but it does have a similar flipping beat. It has a similar bladding beat to the film, right? And what it's about, this one, it's about a guy who's a serial killer, but it's not your typical serial killer who's killing women and all this. He's killing famous people. He's killing bladding famous people. And it's like a whodunit murder mystery in this one. Like where Sudden Impact was like a rape and revenge film. This one is more like a murder mystery film. So I dilute it for that. I dilute it. So I do think that Clint Eastwood does a good performance. Considering at the time he was almost pushing 60 when he did this one, he still does a bladding good performance. There's a bit in it where baddies are chasing him, he has a bit of a car accident, you think he's done for, but he comes out with that big Magnum 5, brown, 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 shoots all the baddies, and Stu says his epic one-liners. He's got a director and a little bit Snoopy and so on. And well-known actor on one of his well-known roles. It's nothing personal, love. That's a funny line for him. And you get a Tim Cheddar. Now, anyone a bit like me who does not like Tim Cheddar, to me, thinks he's a poor fucking man's Robbie Williams. Stu down act like a poor man's Robbie Williams, even though sadly Robbie Williams is no longer with us. May he rest. If anyone don't like Tim Cheddar, a bit like me, you probably like this film because he gets killed in it. There's a funny bit in it though where I've got to laugh, and for once, Tim Terry makes me laugh, even though it's not supposed to be funny. They're doing a rock video, and they've got. Do you remember when I was reviewing The Exorcist? Well, there's a sort of bit where they've got an Exorcist sort of thing, and he's singing "Welcome to the Jungle," which, funny enough, is in the trailer. So he's singing, "Welcome to the jungle, we've got fun and games." Well, he's miming it, I should say, and he's dancing about like this. "Welcome to the jungle." I told us I'm looking laughable. He looks even more laughable, Tim Terry, when he's doing it. He gets killed anyway halfway through the film. Gets like a drug overdose, and even then it's laughable. It's supposed to be a disturbing scene, but it's just the way he overacts it. Really, I mean, I just overacted it there. But that's exactly how he acts, even more than how I overacted in the scene where he's supposed to get killed. But a disturbing scene, and it does come across being laughable. Dirty Harry gets a new partner, once again. This time, it's a Chinese partner. He likes watching Jackie Chan, so I like him anyway. And it's one of them I've seen him before. Think of V, not the final battle, not the TV series, not the shitty remake. Think about V the miniseries, when Mike Singer had a partner. It was like a Chinese partner, and he used to go around with him. I think it was only been in part 1, and in part 2, you got the idea he gets killed off in part 2. You don't see it, it's off screen. You see the aftershots. Well, the one that played his mate, the Chinese mate, in V, the miniseries, was a final battle, the miniseries, well, he's in this, and he plays Clint Eastwood's new partner. You do get a reporter in it. If oh God, reporters, but his pond life going. But this one starts in not that pond life. So again, just like Sudden Impact, Dirty Harry finds a woman of his dreams. There's a bit in it where you've got a guy threatening to kill himself, threatening to light himself on fire, making out he's the killer, but he's not. He's just somebody seeking for attention. And I love the bit where Dirty Harry says, yeah, go on, do it. We'll get the marshmallows, we'll have a barbie, but we're not filming you kill yourself. We'll just have a barbie. You know, he's just drawing his bluff. Actually, it does work, but by accident, the flare does go off. There's oil on the phone. He does accidentally get burnt. But I'm not talking about laughing because it's started a sad scene, but it's his own fault for being a dick. So I don't like that little touch. I like the fact Dirty Harry's got a woman in it. You've got this mafia who's down to kill Dirty Harry. But he does meet a guy on the way who's in prison. This guy, really big, horrible teeth, really big fucking guy, you know, big and muscular, that's one you don't want to mess with. And he says to the guy who's threatening his life, says, see this big muscly guy here? I'm going to be his pen pal. And if anything happens to me and he never gets any of his letters, he's going to trust you like a stamp. It definitely works because it definitely shits him up. You get these two guys, I don't know where he's come from, but Clint Eastwood's doing a bit of jogging, he's running and he expects these people firing him. And he batters them both, which is quite funny, but then they never come across after that. But I think it's just to end the story with the dancers who were shooting at Clint Eastwood. There's one scene where they're down to shoot him and his woman and he's on a lift. There's a little bit where the woman's reporting him and there's all a bit of the old Dirty Harry from the very first one when he was going after the stalker and killer. So I sort of like that. It's a bit of a love letter to the original Dirty Harry. So there's a few good bits in it. You know what I mean? It's a murder mystery there. And, well, the spoilers, what the hell? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The director isn't the killer, but the director had someone that worked there who had a bit of an obsession with his movies because this director was making a lot of violent films and he sort of got the sack for making really gruesome, really gruesome violent films. He had an obsession with that and he went around killing famous people. There's a reporter who he kills and one of them makes reviews, see he gets killed. You don't see it, but you get the aftershocks. So yeah, it's definitely a good one. And this is the one where I remember it had a well-known car chase scene. There's a multi-tool car, right? Looks like a toy car. And it's chasing Clint Eastwood and his new partner all over the place. And he manages to outsmart it. Until his partner gets wounded, like they always do. They either die or they get fucking wounded. But I do like the bit where he's in a cafe before that happened and he's got a fortune cookie until someone's robbing it and Clint Eastwood says that line, you know what, I've just seen my fortune cookie. You know what it says? It says, you're shit out of luck. Boom, 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 shoots him up again. And the killer just kidnapped the reporter. Dirty Harry goes in, outsmarts the badder, has his bit fucking Doc off spear done, shoots him, says that line again. You shit out of luck, like he always does, that's the same line. Walks off with the woman, pans out, has that well-known Dirty Harry theme tune that was in every one of them, but a different type. They moderned it up a bit because it's now in the 80s. And it was a duddon. It was one of them though. I would love to have seen, man, I'm going to be open, going to be honest, I would have loved to have seen a Dirty Harry in the 90s. Love to have seen it, but I don't think there's ever going to be another Dirty Harry film. Clint Eastwood now is really getting on. But for the last Dirty Harry film, the Deadpool, I thought it was a different story. I like the car chase with a little metal car what's chasing Dirty Harry all over the place. It's not a bad hour of your time. I mean, it goes faster than most of the other Dirty Harry films. Yeah, he was getting on. He was almost 60, but you know, Clint Eastwood still nails it on the part. Still proves that age is a number. Kicks ass like a badass. Check it out in different eyes. Dirty Harry the Deadpool. That's his last outing, is Dirty Harry. Until then, I'll see you soon for some more movies, more reviews, and more things on the way.